Okay, moving right along with this Zenith K725. I took out the selenium. Now, interestingly, and this is what I want to point out, these seleniums never look like there's anything wrong with them. On the outside, or the output side of this, okay, that would be the anode. Yeah, I always get that stuff confused. But the plus side was supposed to have 135 volts coming out of it. Okay, interesting. It was only 75 volts coming out of it. So that alone is a problem. That means that part was failing. That part was down in here. That's been replaced with a silicon diode, and I didn't have room for a big 20 ohm or 30 ohm 10 watt. So I put in 240s in parallel. I got it down to 18.5. It dropped the voltage enough so that I'm within spec at 117 volts input to the radio. I do control my voltage. It might be running a little higher than that right now, but 117 volts. Schematic calls for 117 volts when you're testing the voltages. Okay, so that's the first part. You can see that caps have been changed. I always make sure that the value is up on these, so anybody coming in here after me isn't poking around trying to figure out what they are. Even down in here, you can see them. Okay. This one here is interesting. This has actually been replaced. I'm going to show you a couple still shots I took of this. This is a .02. It's very hard to see, but there's a shield wire down here. This was an outer sleeve over the top of a .02. All right. This sleeve, I don't know if you can see it, probably not because it's down on the bottom, has a metal grommet with a solder lug coming off of it. And the inside of this tube it almost looks like aluminum foil. It's so thin, but it's shielded to ground. Now, so this has been changed with a .02. It's been restuffed and put back in there. I'm trying to keep that with the shielding. Again, this is Zenith. Zenith went to doing things that I don't see in a lot of RCAs, Philcos, things like that. It also has a ground going from the case of the volume control through this .01 to ground. If you look, you can see it. Here's that capacitor, and it's showing you it's shielded to ground. In the case of the volume control, is shielded to ground. Very interesting. I don't normally see that. This one here is still working. This is this is on the volume circuit, a tone circuit. There's not a lot of voltage on it to begin with. It's not leaking. It's a 500. Now, here we go. I'm used to seeing picofarads in mica. This is a 500 picofarad film capacitor. Not something I'm used to seeing, but I'm leaving it in. The tone works fine on it. I'm not going to play with that. I'm just going to leave it there. If I had a 500 picofarad, I would have replaced it with a mica. It's usually what I have my picofarad capacitors in, either mica or ceramic. Didn't have either one, so it'll stay. These are choices that you have to make. If you look down in here, again, there are 2 paper caps that I haven't changed. There is no leakage through these caps. They don't have a lot of voltage on them to begin with, so they are, this one actually goes up to the antenna. So there's not a lot on that, and there's not a lot on this one either. And again, no leakage. I'm going to leave those because in order to get down in there, I would have to try to solder to the ground lug that's down, all the way down here, okay? Even with this, it's going to be tight. You damage these coils, they're made of unobtainium, so you damage them, you might as well just say hasta la vista, and you got a parts radio. So I'm going to leave those where they are. It's a choice I'm making. Again, I tested them. There's no leakage across them, or a minimal, very, very little, a couple hundred millivolts across them, so no big deal. All right. Now, I still have not done anything with the electrolytic down here. Not a lot of room to work down here. It's actually soldered in place. So what am I going to do? Okay, there's not a lot of room to be putting caps under the chassis. I would still have to move wires, and so what I'm doing. Well, stand by, I'll flip this radio over and I'll show you. Okay, I shut the radio off. Yeah, the last video I put up of this radio, I had some nice island music on and I got a territorial strike, so didn't affect the channel, but there are territories where the video won't be shown because I had a little bit of reggae music on. I liked it. Didn't think it would get hit, but it did. So here's the electrolytic, okay? Now, there's 4 caps. 3 of them are 160 volt caps. I've got 2 of them here. There's 2 40s and an 80 at 160 volts. And you can see the diameter of these, okay? Quite large. And I would have to get another one plus a 40 mic at 25 or 35 volts, okay? There's no way I would be able to get all of these. It's kind of hard to show. Even 2 of these, trying to get them into the can would be difficult, okay? So what I did was I ordered specific caps that are longer. You know, they're higher, okay, but narrower in diameter. They are radial instead of axials, which is okay in this case. And so they're taller and narrower. And I believe 4 of them will fit inside here. But I'm not going to dismount this. I just watched a video from B. Anderson TV where he dismounted one from a phenolic circuit board. He unsoldered it and went through a lot. B. Anderson TV, he just, it was a nice video on getting this apart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tubes out. I'm going to move this out of the way. And right down in here, right above this piece here, I'm going to cut it all the way around. It's going to be tight, but I can get in there. I've done that before. Once I do that, all the innards will be gone. And then I'll be able to drill the holes down through on their respective leads coming out. Put these caps in when they come in. It'll probably be another week before they come in. It's Sunday. I just ordered them, so nobody's working on a Sunday to fill my order of caps, that's for sure. So once I get it, I will align everything up and get it back into place. And like I said, hopefully this can will slide back down over the top of the new caps. These caps are, geez, how big are these caps? Yeah, let's see. And the air conditioner came on, the wash is on. I apologize for the background noise. what do we have here? That's not the one I want. Inches. This is the US. I like using inches, although I do use millimeters at time. So you can see 5/8. Well, the ones I'm getting are 3/8, 10 millimeters, 3/8, somewhere around there. So it's almost half the size of this. So they should all fit in pretty well. That's where I'm at this point. I just wanted to bring you up to date. This is part 2. I did a little bit of tuning on it, not much because I don't have the filter caps in. But we'll see where it goes. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this short video. Wanted to get this up, show you where I'm at. Just moving forward. And then I'm going to have okay. Probably while I'm waiting for the caps to come in this week, I'm going to start tackling the cleanup of this cabinet. I'll take all of this off, get in there and clean it. Yeah, it's plastic's a little broken here, but what are you going to do? Radio's 70 some years old. And I'll clean all of this up, see how it goes. Case has got to be cleaned. Yeah, there goes my stuff out the back. All of this will come off so that I can clean it properly. Take a look on the inside. Yes, all the knobs and everything I keep in little plastic containers while I'm working so nothing gets lost. The screen has these little twist locks. Now, I don't know if I'm going to take them off or not. You break them off, you're in trouble. So, we'll see. The old asbestos cover over the output tube. Yep, that's what that is, asbestos. I might cover that with something, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll get in there and put a little shellac on it to keep it from fraying. That's it. And that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, you can see this handle. There's no way of fixing this. Yeah. No way of fixing that. But anyway, I'll do what I can do to clean it. And these have grooves worn in them. Almost looks like they had a brass or gold paint or something on them. Let's see what we can do with that. Probably just clean them up. The knob takes up quite a bit of this, so you're not going to see it. You can see over here we got some rust. Clean that up. That's about all I can do. You know, this is just coated. Looks like somebody put some tuning marks here because the dial got off from where it was supposed to be. Out of tune. Funny. So that's it. That's it. The Zenith K725.